Hey guys, welcome to the video. I just got stuck in like this rainstorm in Cancun. It felt really good, but it was like so sudden. And I just got, as you can see, I just got like drenched. It felt great though. Uh, I, Me and this other guy were on the sidewalk and it just started storming so intensely. And we both like ran and huddled under this tree together. Just some stranger. But this video is about if you're starting to feel called to get back into creative projects and you're feeling stuck, you're feeling resistance, you're not feeling that divine flow, you're not feeling like you're so much of a conduit or a divine instrument. It just feels kind of like you're in the mud, and it can be really frustrating. And that's what I'm going through right now, and I feel like I have to acknowledge what's going on back here. I'm at this really awesome Airbnb, and this is called the Red Room. Something to do with the sea, and there's some pretty cool art going on behind me. So it really stands out. Yeah, so for me, I'll just share what I'm going through and what I'm learning. Like always, basically. I am getting back into writing. I've been doing stream of consciousness writing and journaling and that kind of stuff for a while, but I'm really starting to dive back into writing blog pieces about my healing journey, sharing about what I've learned through all the darkness that I've encountered, through all the trauma that I've integrated. And I feel this energy, like sometimes we can just feel this, almost like this frustration and a little bit of agitation, like, okay, it's time to dive back into doing what we love to do. It's time to dive back into giving our gifts to life, right? But so the interesting part is we can have that pull, we can have that intuition, we can almost have that fire burning in us to want to share again, to want to connect to our gifts again, to want to start really giving in a powerful way again. And then we'll go to do that, like we'll go to write the blog or paint the painting or create the yoga sequence, whatever it is for you, that's your creative gift, and we all have one. So you'll feel that pull, you'll feel that enthusiasm, and then you'll go to do it, but you'll just feel kind of blocked. You'll feel like, where's the energy for this? Where's the flow? The sentences, like today I was writing, and it was just clunky, right? It was just so clunky. It was not smooth. I was like, did I forget how to write? Like, I thought I was good at this. And it can be really frustrating. Because, like, for me, I know I'm supposed to be writing these blog pieces. I have all these great ideas. I can see in my mind, like, I have a vision of what it's going to look like, how I'm going to structure it, what I want to come through as far as helping people on their healing journey. I see it right in my mind's eye. It's there. But when I go to do the actual writing, it's just there's so much resistance. It's so clunky. I'll sit down and just write for 10 minutes and I'm just like, this is not it. And so this has been really frustrating me all day. And due to this frustration, due to this blockage that I'm working through, due to all this resistance, while simultaneously having this drive and this like excitement to do it, I've been learning a lot about it and how to work through it. And I've been like remembering some stuff as well. And the first thing is, sometimes, like, it seems like with God, with the divine, like the first one's free. Like, and then after that, there seems to be, God will test us. There seems to be a little bit of a challenge there. And what I mean by that is this. The first time I sat down to start writing blog posts, it just felt like there was lightning coming through my fingers, like lightning pouring through me. Like I felt like this direct connection to the divine. Like it was such a powerful experience. I remember I wrote, I think like 4 or 5 or 6 blog posts in a couple days, had a website up, didn't even know how to create a website, But 2 or 3 days later, I had the Kundalini Diaries blog up, and like 4 or 5, 6 different blog posts, like in 2 or 3 days. Like I had so much just like of this powerful divine, flow just pouring through me. I was just flooded with it. I was just being flooded. And so I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. It was such a expansive experience. I felt more connected to these higher states of consciousness than ever, like the states of love and joy, and where creativity really comes from. And I just thought, oh, it's just gonna be like this forever. And it can be like that with the first time we do like a longer meditation. It can be like we can tap into bliss realms for the first time, and I did this too, and we'll be like, oh, this is just how meditating is going to be every day. I have the secret to the universe. And in a way, like meditation is like the secret key to the universe, but it doesn't exactly work as we would think it would. So like the first one's free like that. The first time I sat down and said, God, use me as a conduit. Divine Mother, use me as a divine instrument to channel your love and your peace and your joy and your wisdom through. The first time I did that lightning, it was so powerful. And the first time I had a long meditation, it was just like expanded into like these new celestial realms, these heaven realms, right? But then it seems like after that, there's always that resistance might come back, and we might sit down to do our creative project or to do our meditation or to do our yoga, and we'll just be like, what am I doing wrong here? I have the excitement, I have the knowing that this is what I should be doing. My body and my heart are communicating it to me, but I'm not feeling the flow, that lightning, like that light coursing through. And this is a little something I feel like God does to really test our resolve, to test how much do you really want to be of service, How much do you really want this? And I was researching how people work through resistance today, because I really want to write this blog piece, but there's all kinds of resistance. And so many people talked about like the shitty first draft, and how they allow themselves to write shitty first drafts just to get, just to, no one's going to see it. You just get it out on paper, no matter how clunky, how much you want to judge it. And you just let that come through, no matter what it looks like. And while I was reading that, one writer in particular who was sharing, he said something like, well, I don't have a choice. He's like, actually I do have a choice. I could write or I could kill myself. And I know that's a little bit morbid, a little bit of a darker take on it. But I swear to God, right when I read that, my whole body got flooded with chills, and I just started crying. Like, I can either write or I can kill myself. And that is in the deepest way, what this feels like when you have that creative impulse, is there isn't really a choice. Like, you have to do it. So, and that's why the resistance to doing it is so frustrating, because you really know on your deepest level, like I know on my deepest level, I have to write these blog posts. I know also that they're going to be written, and I'm going to eventually get to a place where I love them, and that they're going to help so many people. Because to not do that would be death. It really would feel, it would just be something where a part of, I couldn't even do it because it would be such a, it would be like kind of like killing yourself. That's what resonated with me so deeply when he said that. And I realized I've gotten to that point with my creative process, with where I'm at in my life, where this is just something that's going to be done, that the resistance is going to be worked through, and that this is God giving me, and if you're going through the same thing, it's God giving you a little bit of a challenge, a little bit of a, how much do you really want this? Or do you really want to be a divine instrument? Do you really want to be a conduit for grace? And what I'm already feeling into, and I've been through this before, is when we really just keep showing up, when we turn pro, as Stephen Pressfield, who wrote The War of Art, would say. When we go from being an amateur, the difference between an amateur and a pro is an amateur only creates when they feel like it, when they feel, like, oh, tapped in or something. A pro just shows up and does it, no matter what they feel like. And I feel like I had really reached that professional status for a while when I was shooting every day. And then I had a huge healing crisis unfold, and life really made it so I didn't have a choice. I had to step back and just deal with what I was going through for a while. And now I'm really starting to feel like the shift to start turning, to start, really being the pro again, to really start showing up for the Divine Mother every day, to start saying, okay, I'm the conduit. I'm here, Divine Mother. Work through me if you shall wish, right? If you deem it in divine will or whatever, in accordance with divine will, I am here. I am at your service. And I feel like when we do this, when we just keep going, when we just write the shitty first draft, it's already happening in just a little bit. Yesterday it happened too. All of a sudden that light starts to show up. The grace starts to flood through our being and through our hands and onto the keyboard. Or you could say, through your hands onto the canvas, or maybe it's through your voice and you're singing, or maybe it's you're creating music, Whatever it is, I feel like when we just keep showing up and saying, yes, I'm willing to do whatever it takes. I'm willing to be here in the mud, Divine Mother, in the clunkiness, in the place of no flow, in the place of severe self-doubt. I feel like that's when something can break open, and then, the flood, you just start getting flooded. And I've had this happen so many times, getting some goosebumps just now saying that. So it feels like a very guided thing to share, to tell you all, is if you feel in your heart and your body pulled to do something creative, pulled to connect with giving your gifts to life, and you meet some initial resistance, that's okay. That's totally okay. And just to keep going. That, like I said in the beginning, sometimes it comes so easily the first time because of the Divine Mother. She wants to show us, look at how much magic there is here for you. So she shows us that, and it feels so easy and effortless. And sometimes it can be like that. I know when I was shooting videos every single day, some videos were like that. And then other days it would take me 14 tries, literally. Maybe not, maybe some days it took a lot of tries. So we're in this human experience, and sometimes I think with spirituality we can get a little too Abraham Hicksy, and I love Abraham Hicks, don't get me wrong, amazing. Esther has given me some amazing guidance on my creative journey, but it's sometimes we just need to get the faucet dripping, and then stuff can really start pouring out, where if we don't turn the faucet at all and we don't even get the drip going, we can just kind of stay in that stuck resistant place. If we wait till we feel just right, we could be waiting a lifetime, right? And that's where I got to just recently. Is okay, I've waited long enough. The energy's here. There's I feel like there's 10 blog posts in here. There's I don't even know how many videos. They're all in here, and that's it's just time for me to start, letting them flow out, even if there's resistance there initially. And yeah, I just got that insight to share that with you guys, that it's okay if there's resistance. If you should be giving your gifts, sharing your gifts with life. Just show up, turn pro. We all need to turn pro, really. If we all want to create new earth together, which is what we're here doing, I believe, then that requires us to really show up for this process. And it's not always going to be easy. It's not always going to be such a flow. But I'll tell you this, and I'm going to try to live this example for you guys, the more we just show up in spite of the resistance, the more we turn pro, I believe that more of a flow will show up for us. You know, I believe that when we start working, even when there's resistance, I believe when we start giving our gifts, even when there's resistance there, that naturally we start opening ourselves up to stepping into higher states of consciousness. Because it's really when you're in that creative flow, that's, for me, that's when I've been in my highest states of consciousness, of love and abundance and joy. Gosh, the joy that we feel when we do break through the resistance, and we do start, you know, allowing the Divine Mother, or the divine, you could say, just start flowing through us into whatever we're creatively passionate about. And we see the beautiful work that we're doing, and how much we're, you know, not only, it's not, we're not doing it for like the fruit of the rewards even. It's like the fruit of the labor. It's like the labor is the reward, right? It's not really how it's received or how much validation we get from anything. It's how nourished we are from just the pureness of giving our essence, of giving our joy, of giving our gifts. Like, that's the gift right there, is connecting with that. Like, it's the writing of the blog post that has all the juice for me, you know. And it's the shooting of these videos. That's where it all is for me. And so yeah, I'm really excited to get back into this flow, to start posting some beautiful blog pieces for you guys that will hopefully be helpful for you on your healing journey, especially if you're going through a really gnarly dark night of the soul, or any type of hell realm type stuff. I for some reason, the Divine Mother has really created you know, through taking me through so much darkness, she has given me a life purpose. And my life purpose is helping those of you going through extremely dark and just rough times, to help you find some freedom in that, some peace in it, and to help you work through it and to heal from it, and to actually, you know, just step into the highest version of yourself, and to use the darkness as a gift, as something that can help you discover your true self. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching this channel, and I look forward to connecting with you all very soon. Namaste.